Second and third graders for Thursday, April 23rd. Again, you're going to do your warm-up for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to want you to find a partner in your household. Could be a parent, could be an older sibling, it could even be a younger sibling who knows how to throw really well and catch. Up to you. And then I want you to go outside for these two activities. We want to make sure nothing breaks in the house. So find a spot outside, maybe a backyard, somewhere safe where you can throw and catch with some different objects. Today I want you working on the overhand throw. So remember PEST, P-E-S-T, point, ear, step, throw. Those are the points that I want you working on, except we're not just going to pick one object to throw back and forth. Maybe you want to pick a football to throw around. You could do that. But I don't want you to just pick a football. Maybe you could pick a soft baseball size object or ball to throw to a partner. Maybe you don't want to throw socks, but maybe you have a towel or something like that that you can roll up into a ball. That could be a little lighter, maybe a little bit different shape, a little bit different weight. And then also you could throw something like this. It is a basketball, but for some of you, you could still throw it one-handed and catch it with two hands. We are working on the overhand throw today. For this, make sure you are at least 15 to 20 feet apart. So if we were doing this in the gym, I would probably say 7 steps or more between your partner and you. And so what you're going to do is you're going to pick an object, throw it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then whoever has the objects next to them, you can say, hey, switch it. So then you put it down, pick something else up, and start tossing that back and forth. You're going to do this for about 10 minutes today. So when you're finished with throwing and catching, we're going to move to kicking. Now, wonderful assistant here has already laid out how the best way is for you to kick an object. So you want to make sure your eyes are always on the object, that you're taking 3 steps before you kick it. So not just one like you did in kindergarten and first grade. Now it's going to be 3 steps before you kick it. We want to build up some force behind our kick so we can get some power into it. And then you're going to plant your foot and you're going to kick the ball with the instep of your foot. Do you remember where the instep of your foot is? Point to it now. Now let's see if you've got it right. Remember, the instep is the inside of your foot. That's where I want you to contact the ball with, or object. And then lastly, you're going to follow through, which means you're not going to stop your foot where you contact the ball. You're actually going to let your leg continue going for a little bit past where you kicked it. I'm going to show you how to do this. Before we go too much farther in our kicking activity, for those of you that do not have a soccer ball or a partner to use for this, and you don't really have a good space to work on your kicking, there are some substitute objects that you could use for this. Obviously, if you have a pop can, perhaps maybe your parents or grandparents remember the game Kick the Can. So you could use a pop can, or you can use one of those wonderful 20-ounce plastic pop bottles for this. So if you don't have a ball, don't worry. There are other options out there for you to do this activity. Now, as we were talking, wonderful assistant over there said that we were supposed to have our eyes on the object at all times. So you're not going to look forward as you're kicking. Your eyes are always going to be locked on that target. Instead of doing a one step and then a kick, now it's 3 steps. Because you're in 2nd and 3rd grade now, you should be able to do it. You're always going to start with the foot that you're not going to kick with. So one of the ways I like to do this is I like to start with my foot next to it and then back up. 1, 2, 3. So now I've got it down to where I start with my non-kicking foot is 1, kicking foot 2, non-kicking foot and plant. That's 3. So 3 steps on this, it's going to look something like this. 1, 2, 3, and there's your plant. Remember, the plant foot is the non-kicking foot, and it always goes right to the side of your object or ball that you're going to kick. After you have your 3 steps, and you may want to practice that a few times before you kick. Just practice. 1, 2, 3. Am I in the right position to kick? When you have that down, then you're going to go ahead and kick the object or the ball with the instep of your foot and let your leg keep going past where you contact that object or ball. So it's going to look something like this. 1, 2, 3. Practice this for about 10 minutes today, and then when you are finished with this, that will conclude your activities for Thursday, April 23rd. 2nd and 3rd graders, for Friday, April 24th, I would like you to warm up again, just like we have been throughout the entire time these last 2 weeks with that website. Today, for your quick review of about 10 minutes, I would like you to work on the kicking again, so that way you can really get down those 3 steps that we used before we kick the ball. Today, if you don't have a partner to kick with, you may pick a target that you want to kick a ball or an object towards, maybe a tree, maybe between 2 buckets, maybe between 2 garbage cans, something of that nature, just to give you a target to kick towards. Do that for about 10 minutes, and then you have 10 minutes of free choice today to finish up your day with PE. Do not forget about the health lessons that you can go on the PE Google Classroom, and make sure you have those 2 days worth of activities all taken care of. And then lastly, our wonderful assistant would like to remind you that we'd really like a name. So on your PE Week 2 survey that I will send out Friday morning, the 24th, so that should be today. You should have it on the Google Classroom. Go ahead and fill that out, and then one of the last questions will have about 5 or 6 choices for a name for this bear, our assistant. And I'll take the name that has the most votes, and that will be the name. So please make sure you vote, and I will see you next week for week 3 in online PE.